because I had this live scheduled for 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I just got my bearings a little off this morning. But I am on now, and I'm hoping that some of you guys are going to be joining me for a treadmill training workout. So I'm going to hang out here for a little bit because, like I said, kind of a weird start. It's been an odd week for us in the White household. We have been fighting a weird um, flu, whatever. And, I'm really grateful that I have the products from Life Pro that I have that I can use. Even in those days when I'm not feeling my best, we had Debbie just doing a live not that long ago about can you use a vibration plate when you're not feeling great. And I am so grateful that I've had my vibration platforms because I am on them 2 to 3 times a day when I'm not feeling well, just to keep things moving. As well as I've spent a lot of time this week in my Rejuva wrap and a lot of my different sauna wraps, just trying to keep my body in the healing mode. So so that's kind of thrown me off a little bit, but I see I'm getting some people on, and I'm hoping you can hear me. Let me know. Type in the chat. I have to put my chat on. There we go. Type in the chat to make sure you can hear me. I'm using my AirPods today to make sure that I'm not echoing a lot. I'm going to be on the Pacer mini treadmill to go through a treadmill training workout with you guys. And I just thought I'd try the AirPods so it's not so echoey. So happy Saturday morning to everyone here. And as always, this live will be recorded and eventually shown up on our Life Pro VIP page, the business page, and the YouTube page. I see some people joining in, so let me know where you guys, oh good, I'm glad it sounds good. Let me know where you're joining in from, and if you have one of the aerobic devices from Life Pro. This past week, I shared with you a little bit of a workout using the Flex Stride and the Flex Cycle. And when I put this live together and said this was a treadmill training program, and I said jump onto one of your favorite Life Pro treadmills, whether you might have the Swift from way back, I think it's been discontinued, or some other of the portable treadmills, or you've got the Pacer Mini. I want you to also know that you can do this workout today on your Flex Stride or your Flex Cycle, okay? Or you could even go on your platform and do a little bit of aerobic activity. But this is really more about for you guys to get in the habit. Hey, Cleveland, hello, I'm from Cleveland, welcome. Anyhow, sorry about that. I got distracted by the comments. But I wanted to talk about just a little bit, and then we're going to go into the workout. I wanted to talk about SMART goals. We started our year out talking about that, or I talked about defining your goals for the new year. And if you have resolutions or you have a word for the year, my word this year is illuminate. But I'm not going to go into that. But, if you have a word, you have a goal. But SMART goals are pretty important. And SMART goals mean this. They're specific, they're measurable, they're achievable, they're relevant, and they're time bound. And any healthy routine takes that type of action. SMART, specific meaning, that you, for example, want to be stronger or more fit by working out 30 minutes 5 times a week. That's a specific goal. That you want to get on your treadmill or your vibration platform 3 times a day for 10 minutes each day, 5 days a week. Specific goal. So write out that specific goal. Then measurable. Keep a record of your workouts. Keep a record of the time you spent on your Flex Cycle, your Flex Stride, how much time you've weightlifted, how much time you've stretched on your swirl, how much time on your vibration platform. Measure your time. You can forget that that 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, it adds up. And you'll see by the end of the week how much time you really spent or not spent on your activity. How long, what kind, what did you do? Then the A in SMART goal training is action. Routines that fit your current fitness level and schedule. And if you want to run a 5K, great, but you might not even be running right now. So maybe it starts with getting on a flex stride, the pacer, or the vibration platform. But it's got to be an action that fits your current level. And I want to welcome all you new guys to Life Pro, new gals that have got all these great Christmas presents from Life Pro. We had such great deals going on. And I know there's a lot of newbies to the group, so you might be a beginner, and I want to welcome you and only say this: you're only a beginner once, okay? Once you get on that treadmill, that vibration platform, and you start using it, you are now becoming a user. You are no longer a beginner because now you have a plan of action. So I want to welcome the beginner. I have a lot of compassion for people that are just starting out because it's scary. We've got issues in the tissues. We're not comfortable. It's awkward. We don't know if we're doing it right. But taking action to something that, that fits in your schedule, at your fitness level, take yourself where you're at, accept yourself where you're at, and know that you're working on goals. And then the R in SMART goals is relevant. Workout plans you enjoy and support your lifestyle. Now, I'm not a big runner. I never really loved to run. I did it off and on throughout my lifetime, but I don't like to do it. I like treadmill training. I like walking outside, but I also like walking inside. And people go, well, you know what? I can walk outside. Well, you can, but are you? And why aren't you? It's too cold. It's raining, blah, 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 all the reasons. And I get the reasons, but if you've got a treadmill at home, and because I love the portability of Life Pro, the Pacer Mini, you can have this. You can tuck it in the corner and roll it out. It's super easy to do. Same thing with the Flex Light and Flex Stride, the Cycle, the Stride. They're portable. They're easy to do. They're that you can enjoy it and not have the excuse it's cold. It's dark. It's snowing because I think it's snowing out in the east. I heard Michigan's getting hit. So it's right now 47 degrees. It was about 35 here in Arizona, which for us is winter. Anyhow, time. That is the T in SMART goals. Time bound. So you put a goal that I'm going to do it at least 30 minutes 5 times a week. That might be part of your goal. So make your goals specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Give yourself time limits. And these become healthy routines. The goals may not only be exercise, it might be diet as well and nutrition. But that combination of diet and exercise are what it takes to make a healthy life and a longer life. So as everything, consult your doctor before you start exercising. We want to make sure that you're okay to go. But today I wanted to go on the treadmill because I really believe that your heart is the most important muscle in your body. And treadmill training for me is a great way to get the heart muscle working. So Ohio's getting snow too. Man, I don't miss those shoveling snow days. And thank goodness for all the Life Pro products that you probably have that'll keep you loosened up after that tension of shoveling. I know what that can do to your neck, shoulders, and back. Also, before we start, I wanted to remind you guys, and I'm going to put the link in the chat here. We have another great sweepstakes going on, and that is a new year. They're giving over $5,000 worth of health and wellness products to become a new you in 2024. So I put the link on here. If it didn't come through, don't worry, I'll put it on after the live. But Life Pro is giving away a Peloton bike, alarm clock, AGI greens, air purifier, Lululemon stuff, lots of Life Pro products. So make sure that you go ahead and get your chance to win by clicking the link that I'm going to provide for you, and embrace that transformation journey toward a healthier, happier life. Okay, let's go ahead and dive in. I'm going to move some things around so I have my, first of all, keep water handy. It's super important that you start any of your exercise workouts hydrated. So when I say that, don't chug a bottle of water right before you get on your treadmill. It takes about 20 minutes after you drank water for yourself to actually start being hydrated. And chugging is never the answer. I'd like you to keep sipping periodically. So as soon as you wake up in the morning, have 4 to 6 ounces of water, start the process. That is probably one of the biggest things I find out as a trainer of older people, that older people don't like to drink water. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be honest with you, this week that I was kind of down with some kind of bug thing, I had to force myself to drink water. I don't know what that was all about, but I kept thinking, my husband was there to remind me, keep drinking water. And I saw my doctor on Thursday, and he's like, keep drinking water. It's super important to stay hydrated. So I'm going to say that and take a sip of water. Now, I also like to use my Apple Watch to record my workouts. That's one way that I record. And this is just going to be an indoor walking program that I'm going to go on. So I'm going to go ahead and set that on right now. I am not going to talk too much about heart rate training today. Although I said this was going to be a fat burning workout, I wanted to say this about heart rate training. I'd love to tell you that there's a certain number you need to work at, but if you are new to just walking on a treadmill, don't get concerned with how your heart rate should be. I want you to walk at, I'm going to call it 3 levels. You're going to work at an easy pace, a moderate pace, and a fast pace. We're talking about speed for you. And there's going to be perceived exertion. So when we start our workout, you're going to be feeling good. We can sing, we can talk, we can just carry on a conversation with no problem. That's going to be the base level. And then when we go into our next level, of moderate, it's going to be okay. A little bit harder to talk. You're going to feel your heart rate. You might feel a little sweaty. And then the next level is going to go into a faster pace where it might be even challenging to talk. So that's how we're going to go on perceived exertion on a scale from 1 to 10. 1, super easy. 10, I've fallen and I can't get up. I don't want you to be a 10. I want you to feel about 5 to 6, maybe 7, but I don't want you to feel anything past the 6 really. I want you to feel really good, because I want you to work in an aerobic place where you can have an uptake of oxygen in your body, in your muscles, to help burn fat. There's been a lot of research, a lot of studies on different types of training, and I love HIIT training, high intensity intervals. But gone are the days, for me at least, and maybe for many of you, of that long pounding, working till you're puking kind of workout. I used to teach a lot of spin classes where we would just go nonstop for 40, 50 minutes, just pounding it. And that's great if you are specifically training for an event. If you are running marathons, if you are running races, you're a sprinter. But if you are not that person, and I'm not that person either, you want to be functioning. You want to be able to walk and talk and carry on conversation and move your body without pain or discomfort. That's where we're training at. I know that a lot of us start our fitness journey by walking because it's so easy on our body. It's less stressful on our joints. So it's a great way to get a lot of results. Also, I want to just add this little tidbit in. Exercising for less than 20 minutes, usually causes, or actually, exercising for more than 20 minutes, not less, more than 20 minutes, causes the liver to release stored glucose for fuel. So if you're starting off and 10 minutes is all you can do, great. But I want to get you to a goal of 20 minutes to really start releasing the glucose, to start working with your insulin levels and help with the decrease of your blood sugar levels, okay? So especially if you're dealing with a diabetes of any sort, we want the exercise to help your insulin and sugar levels, and that will help. It will happen, but you got to stick with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. I'm going to put my timer on, and we're going to get going here. I know, you guys, I've been chatting a lot, and I apologize because I'm normally not this chatty. I like to go into the workout, but and I know we've got a lot of beginners here. And oops, one more thing. Sorry. Like I said, I've been a little foggy, so I want to make sure that I am clear. Okay. Yeah, I just saw the comment Facebook user about, I used to love all that sprint and RPM stuff, but it's not, that intensity doesn't do it for me anymore. And the truth is, you don't get any better results. You just get fatigue and you're sore and you're like, I don't want to do that again. And you don't want to go back to class. Okay, guys, so here's the plan. What we're going to do, I'm going to start your treadmill or start your flex stride or flex cycle. Nice and easy. Okay, we're going to go really, really slow. I got power on. I hit the starts, hit my plus. Okay, the pacer starts at 0.5. I love it. I've got the rail up. You might have the under desk version, but we're going to spend 2 minutes talking about your feet, heel, toe. I want you to roll, literally roll from heels to feel all 5 toes. And you can hold on, not hold a grip on, but press down to lift up your chest. And I want you to really feel, you can see how I'm kind of lifting up on my tippy toes before I do another heel strike. So I want to do this for a while just to get my ankles working. And I've mentioned this many times in my lives. I work with active aging adults. So I see firsthand the lack of mobility that comes to us with age in the ankles and the feet. And it kind of blows me away. It actually blows me away that we lose that mobility. We have so many bones in our feet. We have so many little muscles and ligaments, and we're not using them. So what happens? We shuffle. And shuffling is just kind of a recipe for disaster when it comes to tripping, losing our balance. So I'm spending a whole minute here heel toeing it. This is part of the warm up. You're going to I'm feeling my ankles, my calves, and I'm even feeling my hamstrings here. Okay, that was the first minute. Now you're going to bring your knees up one at a time. This is slow. You can hold on. And you don't have to bring your knee all the way to the bar, but I want you to pick your feet up. I want you to feel right between your hip bones. There's some muscles here in the lower abdominals. So we're not just using the hip flexor. The hip flexor helps pick up our legs, okay? But I want you to lift high as you can to get all the way to the lower belly. And taking some big breaths in through your nose, and you can blow out through the nose or mouth to get that stale air out of your lower lobes of your lungs. Okay, so that was our first 2 minutes. And now from here, we're going to find pace, okay? So I want you to find your pace. My pace today, I'm going to make pace 1.0 for right now, okay? That's my pace. Your pace is your pace, meaning if you were to be on this treadmill for the next 20 minutes, what would be your speed that you feel comfortable? That maybe you could even let go. You don't have to, though. That's what I love about this. So we're going to find pace, and we're going to hang out here. Okay, this is going to be level 1, easy pace. We're going to do this for 2 minutes. Now, I could have spent all that 15 minutes of time chatting with you guys before while we were talking, and I probably should have, but I apologize. Anyhow, I've got lots more to say. So in the 2 minutes of our pace, there's a few more things to think about. Hold on with one hand and put the other hand behind your head. So you're going to notice now that there's more weight, hopefully, in your heels, that you're not just walking on your toes, that you actually feel the glutes and the back of the legs working. Switch hands. Do that to the other hand. And that's just going to get your posture upright. You might even notice I even got a little more upright on that. I feel the difference. Okay, so we're doing this. And we're breathing. And then you can bring your hands down. Okay, so we're going to be at this pace now. We're going to be 2 minutes here total, right? Now, I'm going to ask you for the next minute to add speed. You decide how much. Okay, you decide how much. So let's go ahead and add speed. I added about 0.3, so I'm at 1.3. I'm just sharing my numbers with you, not to compare, not to compete, but I'm just, again, this is my level 1 time to work. And now I'm going to hold on. I'm just going to take a quick look down at my feet, because a lot of us walk with our toes pointing out. You might be one of them, that you're tight in your hips and you tend to walk with your toes pointing out. So think about that heel toe stride, okay, that we started with, that you could feel the inner heel to the big toe, the outer heel to the little toe, okay, so that you're pointing forward. Now, we've done this for almost a minute, so what I want you to do now is go ahead and add on more speed. So I kind of went a little crazy here. I'm at 1.7. So I went from 1.0 to 1.3 to 1.7. Now this is still my easy level. You might only add 1 increment or 2 increments. That's fine. Again, this is not any kind of competition. This first 5 minutes is for you to feel really good standing upright with your feet parallel rather than lateral, to feel that you've got a nice full stride and that you're comfortable, that you could talk back to me as much as you want. You could sing a song. You might even put some music on while you're doing this. Okay, now let's go down and take our speed back to pace. You might even go below pace. My pace was 1.0. So I'm going to take it down to 0.7, 0.8. I'm going to grab some water, okay? So grab some water. But this is going to be our bit of recovery. Take a big breath in and out. So within 5 minutes, we've already hydrated, okay? Now, I have weights here. I'm not going to add weights in today, but if you check the Life Pro Lives in the past, I've added weights. You've got about 14 seconds, so get ready. We're going to go back. Now, if you went below pace, I want you to add pace. Now, this is level 2. So I'm going to go from 1.0, which was my level 1. I'm going to start at 1.3. 1.4. Yeah. This is my level 2. We're going to do this for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So you have some time to get used to this. Now, what I'd like you to do, because we can work on our balance even walking. And how that happens is you're going to take one hand off and you're going to lift and lower the arm. I'm not using weight. I just want to change the dynamics of what my body's doing. So I'm kind of throwing myself off balance here. Arm can go out and in. So I get used to having one hand on and one hand off. Different muscles work. Obliques will work to keep you balanced on your treadmill. Okay, let's try the other side. Okay, you might find holding on easier with one hand. Exhale as you move your arms up and down. Maybe move your arms out. You can go front and back. You might want to pump your arms a little bit to get the heart rate up. But just move around the arms. And I'm still holding on. I still have one hand on. So we're just going to do this for another 30 seconds or so. Just played around with getting used to this feeling of not holding on. You can switch. You can tap one hand and then the other. One hand. That way you're always feeling safe. Perfect. Speaking of safety, we do have this kill clip that you can clip on. I'm not using it, but if you're brand new to this, okay, guys, add some time. Sorry, I'm chatting away. Add some speed. So you're at level 2, right? And now we're adding speed. So I went up to from 1.4 to 1.7. Now I'm going to increase it again, right? So back to the kill clip. If you're brand new and there's no way in heck you're going to take your hands off, that's okay. And if you're still not sure, please put the safety clip on, because I'm not going to demonstrate it now, but if you do happen to lose your balance, you can, it'll pull off and it'll stop the machine. So that's a pretty important feature. Okay, you got 1 more minute. So that means I want you to up it. We're in level 2. So for me, I'm going up to 2.0 for 1 minute. Get used to it first, okay, guys? We're at level 2, speed 2. So I'm looking at heart rate. Looks good. I got to tell you, because I haven't done aerobics that much this week, I can really feel it. And if you're on your flex cycle or stride, you might just add more resistance as well as speed. Okay, play around with it. Again, this is your road and your ride. The whole thing is you're just challenging yourself a little bit. Okay, in about 10 seconds, we're going to go back to pace. Okay, ready for that? Grab your remote and go ahead back to pace. So my pace was 1.0. Then I went down a little bit. I'm kind of liking 1.0. After being 2.0, 1.0 feels good. Grab some water. We're going to be here for a minute. Now, if I were to make this a HIIT training, instead of kind of going down and let my heart rate come down, that last minute, I would have increased the speed even more and really pushed myself for 30 seconds. But I'm just trying to build an aerobic base safely, slowly. We can talk about HIIT training later on during the year, but for right now, we're going to just build our base. Okay, we've got 5 seconds. That was it. We're at level 3, so power up, whatever that means for you. So my first level 1 was 1.0. My second was level 2 was 1.4. My third level, I'm going to start at 1.9. Third level for me, 1.9. 2 minutes here. So it's going to take anywhere between 15 to 45 seconds maybe to get used to being at this pace again. Now let's talk about technique. Check with your hand behind your head. Switch hands, make sure that everything feels upright. Boy, this makes such a difference. And remember, we're in an incline. So automatically we're working more of our legs. But if you're forward like this, it's not going to happen. You've got to get your chest up. We've got 1 more minute. So maybe we do that hand tap. So we get used to not holding on for dear life. One hand and the other. I always have got a connection to my rail or my desk. If you don't have the rail, the Pacer Mini Pro. You might even try just for a second or two, no hands, put them back on. No hands, put it back on. And for those of you that feel comfortable, maybe no hands at all and start pumping your arms a little bit. It's your call, okay? I'm speaking more to newbies today, so you guys got it going on. Amp it up, all right? Okay, we've got level 3, add speed. Okay, I'm at 2.3. Getting a little aggressive here. I wasn't sure how fast I was going to go today, but I'm feeling pretty good. And as I mentioned before, when we started this, in level 3, the pace is faster. And I can feel my heart rate going up a little bit. You might even notice how I'm kind of pausing a little bit more when I'm talking. I'm holding on because I'm not used to the speed right now. And in 20 more seconds, we're going to go to level 3 with our second speed addition. Taking big breaths in and out. So we've been on for about 15 minutes now, 16 minutes. Let's go ahead. Last one. I'm at 2.6. I'm pretty comfortable here. I'm not comfortable, but I'm pretty happy here. Confident here. I'm confident here. That I can keep a pace. I can take one arm off. Still want to hold on with the other hand though. I'm not ready to take both hands off. It's only for another 25 seconds. "20 seconds to go, guys." I love this pacer. It is so powerful. It's such a great little home treadmill. So thankful for Life Pro to bring this to us. Okay, in 5 seconds, we're going down a pace. So get ready. Bring yourself on down. So right now I have calculated, or I haven't calculated, my machine has told me I've got done 1,387 steps. How awesome is that? 1,387 I wasn't planning on doing earlier, right? So let's let heart rate come on down. Take some big breaths in and out. And go back to where we started. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Nice big breaths in and out. Let's see, I had a bad SI joint issue in sciatica the last 2 weeks. Treadmill doesn't help. Ideas. No, treadmill's not going to, it's funny. Some people walk sciatica out. Some of my clients. Some people, not so much. Definitely consider looking at some of the lives I've done on hip piriformis stretches. Probably because of the treadmill, the parallel work, you're getting real tight in your hips, causing some of that innervation of the nerve. So chances are you're not stretching enough. But hang out, Facebook user, because we're going to stretch. Okay, I'm going to make sure you understand a really important stretch to do for your piriformis that is going to be very, very helpful. One more minute, guys. So I wanted to have a nice little cool down. We warmed up for 2 minutes. We did 3 intervals, and the intervals were 5 minutes. Okay, we did 5 minutes, meaning we did a level 1 for 2 minutes. So we added on, and then went back to pace. And before you know it, you're going to get your 20 minutes in. Let's see where I'm at time-wise here. 150, 1,500, no, I've got about 15 more minutes, or 15 more seconds, sorry. Then I'll have my 20 minutes in. So hang out with me. We want 20 minutes walking. That was our goal. Okay. 1,500 and almost 1,600 steps in 20 minutes. Go ahead and power off. So you want to measure that. You want to write this down that you were on for 20 minutes and how many strides you got and what you did. Okay, so we're going to come on off for a second here. Feet are wide, and you're just going to sit down for a little bit, okay, and just kind of drop back and stretch one leg and then the other. So even though we were walking in a parallel fashion, I want to get those inner thighs to lengthen out. So you're going to bend to one knee and then hold on and just take a nice big stretch over. Side body stretch. Lengthen out through your body. Take your hand behind your head and let that whole side body stretch out. Come on back to center, legs straight, bend the other knee, and you've got a nice wide stride here. Knee over the ankle. Okay, reach up, side body stretch, shoulders relaxed. Your arm can be out here. If you're not flexible, it might be out here. That's fine. Or bend your elbow so you get more of the stretch in here. Get it out of the tightness out of the arm, and then side bend. Keep pushing your head back. Don't let your head drop down. A nice long spine. Great. Okay, so from here, grab some water. We're going to stretch our hamstrings and our quads. You've got a couple options depending on your flexibility. Hold on to your machine and let your heel this is in the way, isn't it? Let your heel rest on your pacer and hinge from the hips. My back is flat here. I'm not trying to touch my toes. I want my back flat. I'm going to point. I'm going to pull up. Point and pull up. I'm, again, lengthening through my hamstring, calf, and ankle. You could put a bend in the standing leg. And I like you to feel like you're pulling the hip back and get that stretch all the way back. Switch legs. Okay, heel up. Nice and tall. I'm going to hinge from my hips. And there's the stretch all the way from the back of the knee to the hip, point and flex. Do that about 3 to 5 times. Great. And then come back up. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and I'm going to show a couple quad stretches. Not everyone has the ability to grab their shoelaces, and I understand that. But did you see how I got into it? I brought my knee up, held on to something to pull the knee down. That's what I want your goal to be, is that's how you're going to finally lengthen out that hip flexor to quad. But if it is new for you to stretch that quad, it's not that easy. You can do a couple things. I'm going to take my chair, I'm going to put my toes on there. And then I push down on my toes and push the hip forward. And that's going to give you some nice stretch. Okay. I'm holding on. So you want to hold on so you don't lose your balance. But get the assistance of a table, a stool, or something to get that quad to stretch. And then we'll do the other side. Now, if you find even this is too much for your near ankle, fear not. I've got a third option. Okay, so just stand nice and tall. Head over shoulders, shoulders over hips, pushing down on the shoelaces. The third option would be to even take the front of your treadmill and just let your toes push down, and you'll get a nice little stretch there. Good, hold on. But the main thing is I want you to open up this hip, okay? So you can do both sides. Now, I see walking hurts, walking works, but the incline hurts. I'm doing piriformis stretches now for several days. Yeah, piriformis stretches every day. No matter if you've exercised or not in terms of treadmill or whatever, if your hips are tight, it's just that didn't happen overnight, right? So it's not going to release overnight either. So my favorite simple piriformis stretch is to sit on a chair, okay? And hips are higher than the knees. I'm just going to cross over. I'm just going to kind of grab my knee, and I'm sitting up really tall. My back is flat here. This is the starting point of trying to get the knee across. Here's the hip joint. I'm taking the knee across. This is the starting place for many of us because we are pretty tight here. So start there. You can even add a little bit of rotation. Shoulder turns back. Okay. Let's do both sides. And let's play with this a little bit, okay? So cross over. My knee is lower than my hip, so that makes it pretty easy for me to cross over. And I want to feel like I'm squeezing bones to bones. You can hold on to the back of the thigh. The main thing is I want you to be upright here. I don't want you to be rounding your back. You know, this is not going to be helpful. I want nice and neutral pelvis here, so we can get right from where the attachment is into the sacrum. And breathe with it. Hold it for a while. And then release. So that's one option. The next thing you can do is cross and sit in a figure 4. Again, my knee is lower than my hip. This is the starting point. You know, as we get stronger, or let me say that again, as we get more flexible, the knee can come up, right? We can be in a different position. This angle is different. But right now, we're just trying to get you to get a little bit of extra rotation and stretch. So now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to lean forward. I didn't round my back. This is probably the biggest mistake people do, just they start hunching over. That's not it. That's thoracic flexion. I want to lengthen the spine and hinge over. And then I'm going to go into my hip there and hold it. And then switch. Okay. Same thing. Sit up tall. You might just doing this might be huge. You might be a person that's still up here when you cross over your leg. That's okay. Wherever you're at, right? But we want to get that hip open and eventually get you to lean over. Now, while you're here, get your Dynamini, your Sonic gun, whatever you got, right? And then just spend 30 seconds in that area of tightness. That's the benefit of having all these great Life Pro products. I think Life Pro was giving away free massage guns during their the holiday special. So hit that bad boy up with your massage gun and lean into it. So the other thing you can do is actually put your foot on a stool and lean into it. Now my knee is higher than my hip. Okay, watch this, guys. I'm going to take my knee across my body a little bit. I'm going to put my hand on my butt here, and I'm just kind of getting a gentle pull. Okay. So from the front, it looks like this. Here's my knee. I'm going to pull it gently across, just gently. And then my other hand is pushing, my butt's pushing into my hand to keep my pelvis neutral as I get that little stretch. So those are ways to get into IT band, to piriformis. So try a few different ways. And then, of course, vibration platform. When I get done with this live, I'm going to try to get back on, and I will give you, oh, good, you did that with the massage gun. Great. I'll put a few links in there of laying down on the floor and putting your feet on a vibration platform and doing windshield wipers, a few other things. I'll give you a few links that might help you out on that. But yeah, this should be a daily thing. I have dealt with piriformis. It comes and goes. If I'm sitting too much, that's my thing. I'm sitting too much and I'm right on that area. And I was talking to my physical therapist who said that they're renaming it. It's not piriformis syndrome anymore. They've got another name for it. But there's various reasons why this happens, right? And we just got to put movement in. As Amber always says, motion is lotion and movement is medicine. And it's so true. We've got to move this thigh bone around in the socket, because just walking this stuff, repetitive motion here, will really fire that up. It's the piriformis is doing its job. It's keeping the leg connected to the pelvis. It's doing its job, but it's overworked and underpaid, just like the hip flexor is. So we've got to make sure we lengthen these guys out. We stretch these guys out so they can do their job better. All right, so let's see, what time is it here? Okay, it's been on for 47 minutes. I normally don't come on this long and spend this long of time, but I did want to spend some time talking about how important it is to get that 20 plus minutes in, and we've stretched as well. So we probably spend about 25 plus minutes together of actual exercise. You add on 5 days of that, and you are now at 120 minutes of exercise, right? And and then you add on weeks to that, 30 days. Evaluate, look at your calendar. Okay, in last 30 days, this is what I did. Evaluate, were my goals a little too lofty, unattainable? What do I need to do to edit them? Or, man, I kind of had that down. What can I enhance? Add on. Don't get crazy. Add one thing on. Maybe I'm going to add weight training. I'm going to do a bicep curl and a shoulder press when I'm doing my treadmill training. That might be the addition. That's another 30 days. Now you've got 60 days. Okay. Then you evaluate after 60 days. How'd it go? Okay. I hit my 5 days of exercise. I increased my time. I increased my speed. I'm doing more stretching. I added some vibration platform. I added my core work. Then 30 more days. It takes 12 weeks, guys. It takes 3 months to make a habit part of your lifestyle. And the only way that we can do it is one day at a time, one exercise at a time. And through the folks of Life Pro, we have so many amazing products between the foam, the Surge Pro, the Relieva Cup, the belt, the swirl, the Flex Cycle, the Stride, the Pacer, the Pro Flows, Power Flows. We've got great equipment that has been affordable. Besides, this, guaranteed for life. So between Amber, Debbie, and I, and all the guardian angels, we are here to support you on your journey of health and wellness. So it has been my pleasure, my privilege, my sincere joy to have been able to give you this treadmill training. I hope you will take advantage of it. And let me know what other kind of things you guys want, especially if you're new to our Life Pro family. Again, welcome, welcome. If you haven't gotten the PDF file of all the exercises that I've done, all the lives I've done for the past couple of years, hit me up. I'll send it to you. I showed somebody, I don't know if anyone's on and watching this, but I hope you are. I actually put this, on my phone, Life Pro Library. And it's just a link, and you click onto that link, and it opens a Google Drive. It's got to see me. And look, it's all those videos. There's pages of lives that we've got for you. You pick out the product you want and what you want to do with it, and you click on a link, and then it goes right to that video. Okay, how easy is that we've got the library at your fingertips? So if you're not sure how to save it, or you're not sure if you got it, let me know. I'll make sure you get it. I've just been so grateful to be able to make these things for you guys, and I hope they've been helping you, because they've been helping me to stay fit too. So have a great Saturday. I might be going live tomorrow, Sunday. If you're not my friend on Facebook, friend me, okay? Because I'm going to do a green smoothie video tomorrow. So if I'm going to introduce you to green smoothies, if you've never had one, or you're tired of the one you've been making, I got a new green smoothie I'm sharing with you guys. Also, every Friday morning, I'm on Amazon now. So follow us, okay? If you didn't know this, Life Pro's got a live stream channel. Is that right? Amazon has live stream, and we have presence there. So follow us. Become a follower of Life Pro on Amazon. I would love to see you guys. Sometimes I'm there, and I think I'm the only one. I'm talking to myself. But please follow me, and please join in. I'm just talking about different products all the time. But I will see you next week. I won't be here Wednesday. I'm going to Vegas for a trade show for Life Pro. But I'll see you next week, next Saturday or Sunday, okay? Let me know what you want to see, because I'm here to help you. Bye for now.